Okay, so I want to go over with you some of the information from Chapter 10. And Chapter 10 deals with guidance strategies, things that we need to do as adults. So, first of all, what we want to focus on is ignoring behavior that doesn't go against ground rules. Mildly ignoring behavior. So that's just simple things, redirecting the child, to putting the child somewhere else. You know, if they're getting a little rambunctious in the block area, make sure that, put them in another area. Also, assist the child in, making sure that you replace inappropriate behavior with more appropriate behavior. Making sure you stay objective and being open-minded. Also, what we want to do is we want to interrupt behavior that is harmful or unfair. Like if a child is biting another child, we want to make sure that first of all we console the child that got bit, and then we handle the child that did the biting, because that's one way children learn pro-social behavior is how we model. How we model handling the child that's gotten hurt. So, children look how we react to things. Now, a couple of things, I don't want to focus so much on, what do we do when children do this and do that. I want to focus on what we should be doing as an adult, something message I've gotten, hopefully I've gotten across to you throughout the semester. First of all, we want to make sure we teach children ground rules. They know what to expect. As we said a few weeks ago, instead of telling the child don't run, we say walk. Making sure we clarify expectations, telling the children what we expect them to do, not what we want them to do. Another thing that we also want to do is maintain consistency. If it's not right for the child to do it today, it's not right for them to do it tomorrow. Also, maintaining consistency means, for example, children know, okay, after we eat snack, we go to group time. Making sure that we have those routines consistent. That's very appropriate, very important as far as, guiding children's positive behavior. Now, a few other things that we can do as adults, that's very important. I'm gonna do a slide over here. Is we want to make sure, that children have our undivided attention. When we speak to children, we should walk over to them. We should not holler across the room at them. Think about, you don't like somebody hollering to you across the room. Make sure you are at eye contact. That means getting on their level. If you have to squat down, sit in a little chair, you always want to make sure that you are face to face with the child as much as possible. Because when we bend over them, that displays a message of, inferiority to the child. We want to make sure that we use appropriate touch. That means, putting your hands, on the child's shoulder or the back while you're talking to them. Also, making sure that you use the child's name in a caring tone and you use their name. One thing that I say is avoid these sweet little nicknames with children. Honey, baby, sugar pie. I mean, yes, they're endearing and they're nice, but sometimes we as adults or we as teachers, we don't use the children's names. So make sure, that you use their name as you're talking to them. Let's see, a couple other things is, we want to make sure that we give children unconditional love and attention. Please remember that, we're with the children sometimes more than their parents are. So always remember that. A couple other things to keep in mind is, we want to treat children with respect. We want to redirect unacceptable behavior and proceed gently and firmly. There's 3 words I always say with dealing with children: be patient, kind, and firm. You can be patient and you can be kind and firm at the same time. Okay, so let's see. Some other effective guidance strategies are, focus the child's attention elsewhere to resolve mildly annoying behaviors. Use consistency and fairness to help children trust authority figures. Immediately interrupt behavior that is harmful and unfair. Intervene gently and firmly. Positive guidance. Let the child know that you value them even though the behavior must stop. That's what I call separate the deed from the door. Letting the child know that you like them and you care for them no matter what. That's why we don't want to say, you bad boy. We want to say, I don't like when you treat my friends that way. Help them understand why positive behavior is better. Help them identify possible consequences of action. So, like, for example, if they're not treating the blocks right in the block area, they're throwing blocks, then you tell them that they're going to move to another center. Making sure that we have a developmentally appropriate environment. Have the environment set up for the children. And firmly redirect inappropriate behavior. Now, a couple things that I've mentioned, that I mentioned this in the Chapter 9 notes is, responding to tantrums, remove the child from the scene, let them cool off, it's okay to be mad, but you can't hurt people or you can't hurt things while you're mad. And then also, when something unpleasant must be done, don't dwell on it, accept and acknowledge the child's negative behaviors. Also, as far as guidance, again, let children know what's expected of them. Provide simple, enforced guidelines. Help children learn to respect and obey by laws. And enforcement of discipline must not hinge on the adult's moods. All right, teaching positive behavior. How we do this is through role plays and discussions, through books and songs. Identify inappropriate behaviors and engage children in problem solving. Developmentally appropriate learning activities help children understand and remember. Remember, everything's hands-on with children. They learn more when they're involved in it. And positive tension. Use a child's name, get at their eye level, appropriate touch, listen attentively when children talk. Let them see you listening to them. Respond with encouraging facial expressions and gestures. Wait patiently for children to finish what they're saying. And remember, it's easier to change the environment than to change the child. Focus on shaping positive behavior, and direct attention should be assertive, positive, and self-esteem building. As I've said, catch the child being good. Okay, so another thing I want to talk to you real quickly about is praise versus encouragement. And I think I've mentioned this a little bit, but what I want you to understand is, praise is a reward. It's based on competition and comparison. Praise comes from the adult, and it gives the child the reward of being valued by the adult. It is given when a child has accomplished something. Encouragement is given for effort or improvement. It isn't based on competition or comparison, but on the child's assets and strengths and what they've tried to achieve to do. Encouragement raises self-esteem. Now, I'm not saying it's not, you shouldn't praise, but, encouragement encourages the child to do different, to keep doing it. So look at this on the screen. You did it. Or you did great is praise. Encouragement is you did it. Praise, I'm so proud of you. Encouragement, you should be proud of yourself. Praise, you're a good helper. You straightened all the bookshelves. Encouragement is letting the child know exactly what they did. Praise, your picture is so pretty. Oh, look, you used all different colors. So there is a distinct difference between praise and encouragement. And as teachers, we need to make sure we try to use encouragement as much as possible. Let's see. Well, so if you look here, here's some other examples between praise and encouragement. And then as far as what the difference is, praise creates quitters. Encouragement creates triers. Praise it focuses on performance. A person feels judged. Encouragement focuses on amount and effort. It stimulates cooperation and contribution. So try to, always use encouragement versus praise. So one other thing I want to show you is here's 25 ways that you can encourage. Thanks for doing blah, blah, blah. It means now we did it together. Wow, you made a building. You did it on your own. Can you tell me more about it? So sometimes all you have to do is smile too. A smile's worth 1,000 words, as they say.